Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O. I do some faceless channels and I do a couple of face channels. I've got some news. If you guys just listen to me for a minute, I'm going to bring you up on something. I'm going to let you know some information I've gotten. If you're an Uber driver or you're considering doing Uber, Uber now has released, well, this came out some time ago. I saw it, I guess, when it come in on my app. Just didn't pay no attention to it, really, because I thought it was kind of a joke. But this come out in May the 22nd. And some of you guys, if you're an Uber driver, you probably saw this, or you can find out more about it by just searching, about this. Uber has now announced that there are no tax on tips. All right. So I guess in 2025, now they're saying, according to this thing, if you search it, it'll bring it up. There's no tax on tips now. I guess they say it's been signed into law and it's official. So for this year, you have to report them. Here's the way it goes. So what this means for you is tips you earn on Uber that are reported to the IRS on a 1099 form will generally be exempt from income tax by the federal government starting in 2025. Next thing here is you still report your tips, but you get an income tax deduction. That means you keep more of what you earn. I looked a while ago after I saw this and brought it up. I'd seen it, and I said, well, let me find out about that. When I did a Google search to find out about Uber's no tax on tips, it brought up this thing from Uber explaining exactly that. So this year, and I just looked at my tips just for this week alone. I'm at $90 so far on tips that have been reported to Uber. That doesn't count my cash tips. People a lot of times will hop out of the vehicle and lay a 5 or a 10, throw a 20 at you. It happens a lot. But for the ones that are reported through Uber, it says here that now those tips are not going to be taxed. Yippee! Let's see how far this goes, though, because I'm not sure if that's going to stand. But, hey, they've put it out now, and it's official. And like I say, you can go do a search on Google, Uber's no tax on tips. And it'll bring up pretty much, I guess, the same article I'm looking at here, explaining in detail that now for this year, starting this year, we will not have to worry about our tips. So if I'm averaging, I probably average just through Uber $150 a week, $200 in tips. That's easy to do. A lot of times, sometimes I want to say my for a week, I can, whatever I make through Uber, I can do 40% of that again in tips. Tips are really what makes it out here, and I've explained that in videos before. If you're doing Uber, or if you're an Uber rider, take care of your guys out here, especially the ones that have been doing this for a while. This is how they make their income. You're going to run across people that are fly by night. They're in 1 week, and then they decide that Uber's not for them, and they're gone. But right now, if you're a driver, you don't have to pay taxes on your tips. So that's a good thing. We'll see how this goes at the end of the year when everyone starts filing and doing your taxes. But right now they're saying no tax on tips, and I'm kind of enjoying that. Like I said, I heard about it, didn't even really give it I thought it was BS. It was back when a bunch of stuff was going on the news and stuff, so I didn't really put much faith into it. And now when I said let's go look at that again, sure enough, it says that we're not going to be taxed this year on our tips through Uber. Yippee again. That makes it great. So anyway, guys, if you're renting a car, you got write-offs, you got all kind of stuff you can do. If you're renting to do Uber, you no tax on tips now, and you can, write off your rental fees as expenses, write off your gas, write off the things that you can. This makes it a little bit simpler because you're going to make a little bit more money now. At least that's the way they're putting it out here. So, guys, Uber's not that. It's a rat race. it's a pain in the ass. I hate doing it, but for a person my age, in my age group, is a great way to make money, to subsidize what you don't make. I have a pension. I have a Social Security. Other than that, I have to get out and hustle for my money. You know, I have some irons in the fire doing this and doing that, trying to make extra money. Uber's one of them. Actually, it's the one I spend more time at than anything else because it takes up the bulk of my day. And then during the day, because of Uber, I'm able to sign off and go do something else if I have to. Take care of something else and try to hustle a little money here and there. That's what I have to do. This is, you know, this is the old man hustle out here for me. So, yeah. Anyway, if you're an Uber driver, right now they're telling us that no tax on tips. So we can kind of celebrate all together and do a kumbaya moment and enjoy ourselves with that. So rent your vehicle and start doing Uber now, because you're going to make a little bit extra money when you consider that money that goes in your pocket on the tip part is not going to be taxed at the end of the year. So yeah, kind of like that idea. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else. I'm not going to talk about anything political today. I'm not going to get into any of that kind of crap. That's another channel. But you need to be paying attention to what's going on out here right now, guys. But yeah, I'm enjoying not having to pay no taxes on tips. Because like I say, that's a few $100s a week extra for me in my pocket that I don't have to worry about having to account for at the end of the year. At least that's the way I'm reading it right now. It's a very short thing here. I don't know how it's going to show up on here, but and as you can see it, no tax on tips. All right, Uber. Anyway, it's an article there, and it's very short. It's only a few paragraphs, and then some notes down at the bottom there telling you exactly what does this mean. Kind of explains it, and it's simple. You don't have to pay taxes on tips, they're saying. So we'll see how that plays out at the end of the year. But anyway, guys, comment. Leave me some comments. I'm getting great comments from you guys out there. And let me also say this. Subscribers. Good golly, guys. I know if you're new here, you're not really paying attention to it like I do every day. Subscribers, my heart goes out to you. I'd never expect. I'm almost going to go to tears. I never expect anything like this. All right? You guys have, in the last week, oh my God, thank you. Come back, subscribe, tell your friends, do whatever. I'm just going to tell you straight up, if you got anything you want to know about, ask questions. I appreciate the comments. I'll say it again. I've said it in other videos. But guys, you guys are really making an old man kind of tickled out here. And I appreciate that. It's gone a long ways, and cheering an old man up some days to see what response you guys are. I'm just a simple guy. I'm just an old military ex-Vietnam era veteran that one day picked up his phone, turned it sideways, and started talking. And I appreciate the response I've gotten, totally unexpected. And I appreciate you guys. Now I want to just say that I thought about it yesterday. I was watching so many subscriptions come in. I mean, really, you just don't understand because you can't see it like I can. But when I pick up my YouTube studio, and I wake up in the morning and I see a certain number, and then that afternoon I see a larger number, and then that night I see an even larger number, and then I wake up the next day and it's even grown again. I get out of bed in the morning, some mornings when I do that, with a chuckle, because I never expected anything like this. And I appreciate you guys for hanging with an old man that's just trying to tell you what he does. I try to keep it simple, because this is not hard. If you want to do a channel, this is not hard to do. You can pick up your phone, do the same thing I did, and start telling us about what you do. I am an Uber driver. And that's and I started doing some faceless channels, and I started talking about that. That was my start. Find your start. Find where you can get started on something you want to talk about, and just take your phone, turn it sideways, get comfortable, and start telling us for at least 8 to 10 minutes, 12 minutes those are the where you want to make your videos, and just start talking about what you do. Get you a channel going, okay? Because it's not that hard. And I've kind of showed that. If you go back and look at some of my history on here, you'll see that when I started out, like I say, I'm kind of chuckling because in the last week or so, someone started watching my very first video, which I am totally embarrassed about. There are some on my channel that yeah, but you can't take those down. That shows your history. That shows your humble starts when you started doing this, when I started doing this, and it's just gotten to where, appreciate you guys, you know. Absolutely, I want to give you all a pat on the back because you've made an old man this past week with what I've been watching. Happy. All right. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good evening. Remember, no tax on tips is now the law, it says up here. So we'll see how this all plays out at the end of the year. Anyway, guys, you have a good evening, good afternoon. Daddy O's out for now. Bye.